What is a negative number? In algebra, the answer is really simple. A negative number is a number with the negative sign prepended, meaning it has a negative value. Anti-value? Dark value? Anyway, when we add a negative number to a positive number, the value of the positive number is lowered. So for example, 7 plus -4 equals 3. Easy. But how does this work in binary? Binary numbers are represented as a series of ones and zeros to represent value in the form of bits. So for example, this number here, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, represents the positive value 65, or the ASCII letter capital A. And this is how all values in computers are stored. Strings, numbers, memory addresses, everything is represented in binary. The problem is there's no negative sign in binary. I can't just stamp a minus sign on the front of the number and then call it negative. So then how do we represent negative numbers or do math operations with negative values? It turns out there is a negative sign in binary. Sort of. This concept used to present negative binary values is called signedness. And no, not sign like stop sign or that movie. Sign meaning negative or positive sign. Values can be either signed or unsigned. If a value is unsigned, it is positive. That is it, no questions asked. But if a value is signed, that's where things get a little interesting. To check whether or not a value is positive or negative, we can look at the most significant bit or the bit that holds the highest value for that number. If the most significant bit is 0, well then that number is positive. However, if the most significant bit is 1, well then that number is negative. That's our minus sign. I know that's a lot of information, so to explore this more, let's go back to that first example, 7 plus -4. First, we represent 7 just like we would any other normal binary number. Next, we do the same for 4. But 4 isn't negative yet. To make it negative, we do what's called the 2's complement. To do the 2's complement, flip all the bits in the number 4 and then add 1. This new number is now the negative value of 4. Then, just like any normal binary operation, do bitwise addition and then out pops 3, which is the answer to this equation. When coding with numbers, mind your types. What I mean is, make sure you understand what type you're working with when doing math in your program. In this example, I use two numbers, one signed and one unsigned, to subtract 1 from 0. When I run this code, the first one gives me the right answer, -1, but the second one gives me max int, the wrong answer, which could introduce bugs into my code later on in the future. While the numbers have the same value in binary, because one is unsigned and one is signed, they represent completely different concepts if not handled properly. Anyway guys, that's all I have for today. Go watch one of these videos right after you hit subscribe.